John Slinger.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. The party opposite have a record of failure, and now they're failing to back our measures to put things right. On Rwanda, so much money was wasted deporting so few people with so little remorse. Imagine if a civil servant or a trade union wasted just 1% of this sum. Imagine the howls that we would have heard. On the asylum backlog, the graph is like the NHS waiting list under the Conservatives. Up and up it went to 166,261 by 2022, an 11-fold increase on the number that they inherited. What happens? This is what happens when those who don't believe in government are the government. While the bill focuses more on asylum, the net migration figures also illustrate that the previous government let things get out of control.
Yeah.
A 220% increase in net migration from 244,000 in 2010, then a record, to 782,000 in 2023. As with policing and defence, so it is with asylum and immigration. They failed, yet they rail against us as we tackle the crisis that they bequeathed us. I don't want to rehearse the excellent policies set out by ministers and my colleagues on these benches, so I'll just gently ask honourable and right honourable members on the Conservative benches to put their hand on their heart and tell us they're proud of their record. They think that it's dignified for a great country such as ours to offshore our responsibilities to Rwanda, a country about which they needed, with an Orwellian flourish, to define as safe. Hand on heart, do honourable and right honourable members opposite think that it's in the national interest to vote against the robust, practical and principled approach in this bill? It's a shame, because the party opposite continues to resort to false promises, to populist language, and we heard it tonight, such as, I quote, surrender, or the words of the honourable member for Huntingdon, who spoke about the £49.18 per week that asylum seekers receive to pay for clothes and toiletries. These are human beings. I'm sure that the honourable member was not suggesting that a country such as ours should not be offering people the ability to clothe themselves.
From there.
I wasn't suggesting that people shouldn't have the ability to close those. My point is that it's advertised on the government website and is a pull factor. What is this bill doing to address that as a pull factor?
John Slinger.
I thank him for his intervention. This bill proposes numerous measures that will get tough on those evil criminal gangs who are bringing people here on those boats. And my honourable friends on these benches have made that point very clearly. Put their hand on their heart and say that they are perhaps feeling ashamed of flirting with the idea of derogating from our international rights obligations. In time, I believe that the public will see that, led by a Prime Minister who's actually tackled criminal gangs, and Home Secretary and her team will leave behind failure, gimmicks and populism of the past and replace them with effective action.